Joseph, depend on us. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Here we go.
Here we go.
It's Tuesday.
Here we go.
February 20th. Everybody ready?
Here we go.
Today's going to be a nice day today. High 50.
Oh.
And later tonight, we're going to be cloudy and low down to 33. It's nice and clear skies right now. You can see the moon.
Yes.
A waxing gibbous.
And the weather, it feels like garage cleaning weather.
Yeah, it does.
It's nice.
We have like a little heater in our mud room that kind of keeps it nice and toasty in there.
Yeah.
And Jocelyn's like, might not have to have the heater now.
Yeah.
But it's February. It's supposed to be cold. So hopefully it'll cool back down, but it doesn't look like it's going to. I see 50s for like the next week or so.
That's not good.
Nope.
No.
We got a lot of things to get to this morning. We will check in with our friends from the Chamber, the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber, here in about 15 minutes. Right now, though, let's find out what's happening in the news. WSJM News is brought to you by our friends at Cornerstone Alliance. See gomichigan.com, Cornerstone Alliance.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Good morning. In local news, a give back night for the Caring Connection Empowerment Center will be held next month at Planks Tavern in St. Joseph. Amanda Hirsch with the Caring Connection Auxiliary tells us the Caring Connection Empowerment Center, formerly known as the Cora Lamping Center, is a domestic violence shelter that helps families escape abuse.
The Empowerment Center itself is a place where women and children in transition out of domestic violence situations are able to find a safe space to begin to rebuild.
The center provides women and their children with legal services, counseling, support groups, and safety while they seek a better life. Hirsch says Planks will donate half of their proceeds from food sales to the Caring Connection Empowerment Center on the night of March 10th.
Show up and join us at Planks for dinner between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. that night. And you can either eat in with your friends or you can get takeout if you prefer to take home to your family.
Reservations are required. You can make them by calling Planks. The Caring Connection Empowerment Center gets around 75 to 100 calls per month, and it's often full. It costs around $800,000 per year to run. A survey put out by the Michigan Department of Transportation regarding a reconstruction project planned for Main Street in downtown St. Joe attracted more attention than anyone had anticipated. St. Joseph Mayor Brooke Thomas tells us the agency is going to rebuild a stretch of M63 from Central Avenue to Blossom Land Bridge and the I-94 business loop to the Bicentennial Bridge.
I've heard a lot of complaints about the safety and the conditions of the roads. So in 2027, I know that's several years out, but they are starting the planning process now to redo it. So they're going to update to the aesthetics, they're going to update the safety, and so they are looking for community input.
MDOT put out a survey asking drivers for their thoughts on how the road could be improved. And Thomas says the agency was hoping for maybe about 100 responses. Instead, they got more than 800.
Nice.
800 responses. MDOT has no design for the work yet. That's why they were asking people for their input so they could help shape the design. And those who made suggestions will hear all the different things. They're going to tabulate all the survey results, and they're going to share them at public hearings when they've got them all reviewed and kind of categorized and stuff like that. When they have 800 responses, you kind of got to go through them a bit.
Yeah, and that might take a little while, but I'm sure there's some very interesting stuff.
I can't wait to read them. Michigan in other news, Michigan has experienced record low levels of ice cover on the Great Lakes this year, and scientists are highlighting why that's important. Melissa Wildholm is the Associate Director and Regional Climatologist at the Midwestern Regional Climate Center at Purdue University. She says all the changes are tied to an overall warming climate and warmer water temperatures. She says it's important to notice all of the implications.
There's some positives. If you have less ice, maybe that's great for shipping, but there's certainly some negatives, right? We have winners and losers. It can be really damaging to fish species that lay their eggs and expect that ice to be there to protect their eggs during those winter storms.
Researchers also say among the primary reasons for less ice are the current El Nino weather pattern, as well as the warm phase of the North Atlantic Oscillation. North
Or
Atlantic Oscillation.
North
Did you know that was
Atlantic Oscillation? I had never heard that before.
Me either. Both of which are preventing cold air from reaching the Great Lakes region. In Detroit, an already dwindling season of Black Lake sturgeon fishing was canceled altogether because of safety concerns over the low ice cover. And so you think you can act. Can you act?
I can act.
Can you act?
I am a pretty solid actor.
I've got one for you. Your chance to prove it is coming up with auditions for the Citadel Dance and Music Center's production of Mean Girls Jr.
Ooh.
Yeah. Citadel Director of Dance, Laurie Lawrence Gist, tells us that this is the junior edition of the show, and they're seeking performers of any skill level between the ages of 9 and 18. This is the first musical to be put on at the Benton Harbor Theater. It's first musical.
Very cool.
It's kind of nice. Gist says it took them a while to settle on which one to stage first, but then they landed at Mean Girls.
We thought the age group that it's geared toward for the junior version and the students that we already have and the students that we hope to attract to the program, we thought it would be something edgy and that they would really jump at.
Lawrence Gist says they need both boys and girls. In particular, what she's looking for are those young people who are interested in not only being in a show, but also in learning all about musical theater.
The whole purpose of our doing a musical at the Citadel is to further the education. You know, a lot of community theaters, you can get involved and you can do the show, and that's so much fun, but you don't always get the education component.
Those who are selected for Mean Girls Jr. will take a musical theater class at the Citadel. It'll meet once a week starting in April. The bulk of the production will be staged in June. It'll be performed on June 28th and 29th. Auditions are March 9th. So you can sign up now at the website of the Citadel Dance and Music Center. We have a QR code at our website, WSJM.com. That sounds exciting.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. So if you know somebody who's between the ages of 8 and 19, 9 and 18. Sorry, transposed there.
8 and 19.
9 and 18.
9 and 18.
9 and 18. And want to audition for the first musical that they'll be putting on at the Citadel Dance and Music Center.
That should be good.
Check it out.
I've heard good things about Mean Girls, the musical.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the junior versions usually are for people that aren't into musical theater. They think, okay, well, it's just a kid version of it.
Yeah.
Usually it's a shorter version.
Oh.
They'll either do the first act or they'll condense even the whole show down to about an hour and a half.
So they don't make it like real nice and everything.
No. Still similar storyline and all that. They'll just condense most of the show down to something, and they may simplify some of the music.
I can't wait to see more.
Yeah,
that'll be fun. Good. Yeah. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Here in just a few minutes, we'll check in with our friends from the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber. Also, Dave Wolf has sports right now. Let's find out what's happening around the nation and the world with ABC News.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. It's a major deal being proposed for the credit card industry. Capital One wants to buy Discover.
Yep. Yep. Hey, everybody. What's going on?
Hang on. I got to sign this thing that somebody sent to me. Signature required.
You got to sign something?
Well, that's what it says.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it a spam email?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I went to the entire WSJM news team.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Signature required. Agreement from WSJM. Your pending document. Ooh, it says somebody signed it and completed it.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Okay.
View the completed document. Just click on this.
Okay.
Should I click on it?
I would
Should I click
not.
on it?
I wouldn't. Let me take a look at it.
I really want to
first.
click on it.
Good morning, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
Good morning, Bill.
Bill, did you enjoy the Daytona 500?
Yeah, interesting thing about the guy that won the Daytona 500. He really, like most kids growing up, or people that become race car drivers,
right?
They'll get into racing small vehicles, like the go-karts, and then they'll kind of graduate as they get older to larger cars. This guy had a different path where he focused a lot of his time or his racing strategy and learning by playing video games.
That's awesome.
Yeah, played a lot of iRacing, and then kind of transitioned into getting behind the wheel of a real car.
Oh.
And really, if you think about it, probably an easier transition because most of these NASCAR drivers and all these other, professional drivers, what do? most of the time when they're not on the actual track, they're in a simulator, which is basically like playing video games all day. So it worked out for him. He won the Daytona 500. So pretty big.
Yeah, Bill's going to hate this, but I'm going to say that my training in Forza has probably made me a great racer.
Ooh. I was really good at Rad Racer 2.
Oh.
Nintendo.
What do you do in Rad Racer 2?
You just drive around the city.
Okay.
In like 8-bit, just like it was a pretty cool game.
I was telling Stephanie this weekend as we were walking around endlessly in Chicago that I know some of the streets of Chicago that even though I've never been on them,
right?
Because I played them in a video game.
Yeah, that's true. You either play them in a video game or you've seen them on a TV show,
and they were real life. I mean, they were this is where Wacker Drive is. This is where Michigan Avenue is.
It's like, oh, this is where Wabash, Ohio, and
this
all these
how
other.
I can drive on Navy Pier in the video game,
right? No, that's so true because you see those in either a video game or on television. You're like, oh, I know where that is.
Yeah.
Like I honestly, I've watched so many shows based in New York City.
Yeah.
That I bet if you drop me in Times Square, I could probably find my way to the least the major places like Broadway and places like that.
So
yeah. So go to Hell's Kitchen because I watched a lot of Daredevil.
Let's do this. Let's drop you in Hell's Kitchen and then give you 20 cents to make it to Times Square.
It's the Amazing Race I did not want to watch or be a part of.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah. So there was I played Gran Turismo. I used to play that on PlayStation. Yeah. That was a good game.
I love the Forza games. Although there is one game, and I can't remember if it's Forza or Gran Turismo or something like that, but one of them is so realistic, I had to turn on all the help.
Yeah.
You know, how you can do it either totally realistic or totally assisted. Had to go to the assisted because the realistic, I couldn't even go. Just crazy. It's like, how do I shift the darn gears?
Right. It would have been funny if the guy was like, yeah, I won the Daytona 500. Oh, how did you learn? I played a lot of Mario Kart.
Now that would have been great.
That's how what I did is I threw a turtle shell or I threw a banana peel at that person. That's how I won.
Man.
All right, going to get Sarah Spoonholtz on the phone and chat with her about some of the great things that are going on at the Chamber.
Later on today, we should wade into the dangerous depths of this new study talking about how men and women actually do think differently.
Oh.
Yeah. Stanford getting out there, going to cause a lot of arguments, I'm sure.
Okay. Maybe we should even, before we dive in with Sarah.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Okay.
All right, hang on.
That can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Woody on the Move is made possible by Midwest Family and by Little Red Fern Productions, building brands through outstanding content and storytelling.
Hey everybody, it's Pat Moody, and I'm on the move this month to discuss the stories behind the businesses and organizations here in Southwest Michigan.
Visiting our friends at Mighty Dog Roofing in the Edgewater neighborhood of St. Joseph for an important update on what they've been up to and the successes they've enjoyed over the past year.
We want to thank not only just our team, our amazing team that we work with every day, but also all of the homeowners that gave us the opportunity to work with them, even if we didn't actually complete any projects. If we just did an assessment for you and you gave us a chance to come out and take a look, we're very honored to have been a part of that and have everybody a part of our journey.
As Katie mentioned, a lot of gratitude valued for many. We're part of a national franchise, and we really did find ourselves having a unique opportunity to bring breadth and scale from multiple people in the roofing market, and then focusing that right here locally to you, the homeowner. And so as we went through that journey in our first year, tremendous learnings, amazing relationships, a lot of trials and tribulations, of course, but it really helped us hone back in on the original vision for the business, and has definitely been fulfilling and a confirmation that the vision is there for a good reason for year number 2 and beyond. Woody on the Move is made possible by Midwest Family and by Little Red Fern Productions, building brands through outstanding content and storytelling.
Watch our conversation anytime by going to moodyonthemove.com.
Pretty chilly start to our day. We're going to start out with frost, and then we're going to see a lot of sunshine and end up near 50 degrees this afternoon. A little bit breezy today as well. Partly cloudy tonight, down to 33, and breezy and warm tomorrow. High temperatures around 53 to 55. Chances of rain return Wednesday night. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
It's the morning show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
You can be part of the show anytime. You can call 925-WSJM. You can email letstalk@WSJM.com. We're on our Facebook, YouTube, and X if you want to come hang out over there. And we've got special guests on the phone. Sarah Spoonholtz from the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber. Sarah, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Doing fantastic as well.
Yes.
We wanted to throw something at you before we dive into the great things that are going on at the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber, because, we're two guys doing this show every day.
Yeah.
So we need a woman's touch and a woman's perspective.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
What do you got for her?
So the study, there's a new study out there, Sarah, and I know we previewed this with you, but it says the brains of men and women operate differently. Scientists say they're showing this for the first time ever in a breakthrough that shows gender does matter in how people think and behave. You believe it?
100%. Look, I am the only girl. I have 3 older brothers. I can 100% attest to this.
Yeah.
Right? Where do you think you excel? Where do you think you excel because of your gender?
That's a dangerous.
All right. Let's go back to the study.
A little more targeted here on that one.
So
this could get dangerous.
Apparently, there's an area of the brain thought to be the neurological center of self, and they say it's very important for introspection and retrieving personal memories, and that's one of the key differences. The default mode network between male and female gender. Yeah, there's also other areas that are regulating emotion, memory, habit forming, rewards, and all kinds of stuff. We'll get into it later, but
I think memory is a big thing.
Yeah.
I think most
how
women
they how they recall it too.
Right.
So I always tell people, first off, I had so many people on Friday come up to me and they're like, "How do you know so many people in this room?" And truthfully, I don't know. My brain is that of occasionally useful, but 9 times out of 10 very useless information. So I'm fantastic at trivia, and I'm great if you throw me in a room of people, remembering who is who. I'm like an encyclopedia. Arthur calls me Darien County's encyclopedia when he needs it. So I fully can agree with that, because I know lots of men who are like, who, what, who, huh?
Well, and the study shows women tend to be better at reading comprehension and writing ability on average and have good long-term memory. Conversely, men seem to have stronger visual and spatial awareness and better working memory.
Better sense of direction?
Yeah. See, we know where to go.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. Sometimes on the spatial awareness, though, I'm like, you're in my space, sir. I need to take about 5 steps back.
I have very bad short-term memory, but my long-term memory is very good and kind of disturbing, because Jocelyn will always say to me, "Why do you remember that? That was 25 years ago." I don't know, but I don't remember what I had for dinner the other night, or what I
What
wore.
you wore yesterday.
Yeah, what I wore
Mhm.
yesterday, stuff like that.
Before we conclude this topic, I will say, I mean, there are millions of people out there who've probably read the book "Men Are from Mars, Women Are from Venus." It's been
Right.
out there for decades.
Yep.
We've known there's differences,
Mhm.
but the scientists say this is the first conclusive evidence. The things that they're looking at, they even used
Right.
AI to help
Of course.
understand and decipher some of what their learnings here. And they
Mhm.
say it could be crucial in tackling neurological or psychiatric conditions that affect women
Sure.
and men differently. So there you go. Yeah.
Makes sense.
AI for good.
Sarah, you had your wonderful
Now that we've disrupted Sarah's morning.
now shifting gears a little bit, but thank you for participating in that discussion. The Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber, you guys have been very busy. You had your business recognition breakfast on Friday. That the invitation was lost for us, I guess.
Not true.
No.
I had a spot for you guys.
I think what happened.
Was it the kids' table?
I think what happened is I'm going to blame Zach on this one.
Oh,
because I blame Zach for everything. Zach East.
Yeah.
I think he said, nope, Pat Moody's going.
Oh,
we're bringing in
Well-
the Moody.
So I wasn't sure if you guys were all three going to be there, because Pat was like, "Oh yeah, Ken and Johnny are going to be with me."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, that's kind of what I thought." So I saved you guys seats. I had you ready to go and everything. Spot for you guys.
spatial
like-
awareness. It's all spatial awareness right there.
Yeah.
Maybe it was our short-term memory. I don't know. But anyways, we would love
Yeah.
to stop by. We were there in spirit, and we were also able to watch you guys with a hidden camera.
Yes.
Which was really
It
cool.
wasn't so hidden.
Yeah, you're right. It wasn't so hidden. I just don't know what you guys saw. If you guys saw us just pointing at the screen like, hey, that's blah, blah, blah. Hey, I know that guy. Hey, I know that guy. But anyways, so the breakfast was great, right? And you got some people that won some major awards.
Yeah, it was, you guys, it was amazing. We had 600 people in attendance, which that is the largest that we've ever had in like the last 20 years. Like the last time we had that many people in that room, Pat Moody was the head of the chamber. So it was incredibly excited to be able to celebrate and kick off a Friday morning, kick off a long weekend for us as well. Recovery weekend, desperately needed. But we had some amazing award winners. There were lots of laughs, lots of tears, and just lots of good that was in that room. And we're so happy to be able to share that with so many people. So our best new business went to Baseballs. What an incredibly deserving business for that. This was all chosen by live voting. So everybody who was in the room actually got to select the winner. So Stephanie and her team, an amazing job. They ended up winning for best new business, for a small business of the year that went to Pete Snyder Social, another incredibly amazing business who's done some really great things in the community. Dan and Leah and his team were just so awesome. Economic Impact, Lane Automotive, and Waterville Elite. And that was a stacked category, by the way. These all were, truthfully, but that one had some really great competition when we were able to actually look at the results on it. So we were really excited to see that. Economic Impact, celebrating the Lane family and everything that they've been able to do there. Flipping over to nonprofit excellence, Logan Autism Learning Center, Kristen Weir, especially her just love and her big heart that she just has for helping these kids in Southwest Michigan. What an amazing and deserving award winner there, too. Again, there were a little bit of tears of emotion there. Rising Star, that one went to Juice from Watermark Brewing Company, who admitted that he did not think he was going to win. And they actually tailgated in the parking lot at LMC prior.
Wow.
Prior
at 7 a.m.?
What are you tailgating at 7 a.m.?
Well, the guy's
It
name
was
is
before
Juice.
7
So
a.m., but yeah, they were out there sometime in the 6 o'clock hour tailgating, so that was a lot of fun. And then, but Juice has done a lot of really great stuff too. So we're really excited to celebrate him.
Yeah.
And our Pat Moody Award winner, I personally was super geeked about this, being a farm girl, growing up out in the field, helping my grandparents. So for it to go to Jim Shelton, Jimbo, who is lovingly known by his family of Shelton's Farm Market, he's 93 and has continued to work 7 days a week, with the exception of right now because he has broken his arm. Unfortunately, he flipped himself. We had some ice earlier this year, broke his arm, so that's caused him to slow down a little bit. But for him to take home that award, I think that's a true, just what a great sentiment to honor and recognize to our agricultural heritage here in Southwest Michigan. So his grandson, Amir McShelton of Niles, he accepted the award on Jimbo's behalf. He wasn't able to make it to the breakfast, but again, got emotional and was just a great opportunity to recognize and honor somebody of Jimbo's status there.
Absolutely.
And then our ambassador of the year went to Phyllis Palmer of Christian Ever Real Estate. So another amazing and deserving. And she was surprised because a lot of times the ambassadors know in advance, who's won. And I was like, well, I'm going to try and keep it a little bit of a secret, but I'm like, hey, are you coming to this, right? You haven't signed up for a volunteership. We're going to see you there, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Morning of, Arthur let it flip to her, so congratulations, you won. And she was like, what?
Whoops.
Oops.
And I'm like, oh yeah, by the way.
That's why I love that live voting aspect, is that you can't spill the beans because you don't know what the results might be. But no, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah. And Drew Dudley, he did an amazing job with our keynote and our big announcement, launching the collaboration that is the Berry and Talent collaboration with our chamber, the Greater Niles Chamber, Lake Michigan College, and Berry and Lisa to help create apprenticeship programs to hopefully be able to get rid of that supply chain issue in terms of workforce staffing and talent, and create opportunities for kids who maybe college is not, a 4-year institution and a bachelor's degree is not the correct fit for them. So to be able to bring that to fruition into life is super exciting. And then, of course, the 2 501c3s that we've officially launched, we'll be doing more with them throughout the year, but we wanted to make sure that we were able to share them with everyone in the room. The Southwest Michigan Regional Foundation, which will allow us to actually go after grant dollars to help our businesses if, God forbid, something like COVID were to happen again. But it'll also be able to help us continue to build out things like Leadership Accelerator, our Young Professionals Network, and a few more programming opportunities that we're looking at building. And then Discover Southwest Michigan, which is the first of its kind, strictly dedicated to talent attraction and retention, as well as workforce opportunities to help our population grow, because we are definitely taking a nosedive, unfortunately, when it comes to population in the state of Michigan as well as in Southwest Michigan. So it's really good stuff. It's really exciting. And as I said on Friday, now everyone knows why Arthur, Jasmine, and I have been so tired.
I was going to say, you guys have already been busy, always had a ton of stuff going on all the time. Now you guys have made yourself even more busy, but you're doing exactly what the mission of the chamber is to assist that business community. And you're doing that even, you solidified and strengthened that even more.
Yeah. Well, I think too, if you look at the three of us, we're a small but mighty staff, but the three of us fully believe, if you put good out, it will help. We want to make sure that we are leaving the area better than what we have found it. So when our time at the chamber comes to an end, we want to just make sure that things are better, or at least that we have given an amazing, solid effort to try. Our community deserves someone to step up and to try to make things better. Otherwise, we're going to go backward and, or as Arthur calls it, the doom loop. And that's not good. That's not healthy. And that's not something that any of us want to experience. So we're going to make it a 1,000% effort to try here. And we're really excited for it.
That's awesome. That's really great stuff that you guys have going on at the chamber. I know you got probably events and great things going on here very soon. Sarah, if we want to find all this this great information and this calendar and all the cool stuff, we go to your fresh, new, great looking website, right?
Yeah, head to our website, smrchamber.com. If you're scrolling through there, you'll find some great information about Southwest Michigan, how we can help you get involved. And then you'll see events like Thursdays, Business After Hours, with the 2024 KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship, and then other upcoming events that we have scheduled for the next few weeks.
Looking forward to it, and I'll see you at one of those upcoming events here very soon, Sarah.
I am going to hold you to that, Johnny.
All right.
I'm going to hold you
Save
to
me
that.
a seat this time, and I'll make sure to actually sit in it this time.
Okay.
All right, Sarah, thank you so much, and we'll talk to you here in a couple weeks.
I'm good. Thanks, guys.
Just as the roots of a mighty oak run deep, Sturgis Bank is committed to seeing our hometowns flourish. We'll help you buy a home, start a business, or expand your company. Our commitment to local decision-making shows our wholehearted investment in the places we call home, like no other banking institution.
Hey, pushing buttons, switching things over. All right. That's some good stuff going on at the Chamber.
Yeah, they had a lot of exciting announcements, and that Talent Collaborative, we'll talk about that more tomorrow with LMC. But great collaboration between Barry and Risa, LMC, the Chamber, to really take head on one of the big issues about training, workforce, and population.
Yeah, President LMC we'll talk to tomorrow, right?
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Exciting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
As if they weren't busy already at the Chamber. But we kind of talked about this a little bit, I think yesterday, and how it's kind of like you've got organizations that all are kind of doing the same thing, and they have all the same goals in mind of educating and finding the great workforce, keeping them here. This all kind of just brings it all together.
It does. And if you look at it holistically and understand all the different variables and challenges that are coming together, it seems like they have addressed a lot of that, and we'll learn more about it tomorrow.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Right. We'll get to news here in just a moment. Catch you up on everything you need to know. How's everybody else doing this morning?
Got some comments in there.
Any special things going on? They were talking about racing. Bill says he really doesn't follow NASCAR. He watches and run dirt cars. Dirt car racing.
I feel like he changes his answer every time we talk about racing.
Yeah.
I think he's just all things racing.
So there's a group of kids got to race in the 24-hour Le Mans for video games.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That would really wreak havoc on your wrists.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can't play video. When I was a kid, I could not play video games for a long period of time. Like maybe at most a couple hours. But I could not do those all-nighters. I would have, my hands would start to hurt.
Yeah, nowadays, when they do the all-nighters, they take their video game consoles, they take their TVs to their friends' houses.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. They pack up their whole thing, and they all sit in the same room, and you got 7 or 8 TVs going off.
Right.
Power bill.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Yeah, I remember my friends would play, it was a Halo or Halo 2.
Halo.
And they would, that was like when before the online abilities, you actually had to link up the Xboxes. You had to like take a cable and plug it into the other one, and that's how you were able to play crazy multiplayer stuff. And you had a full basement full of teenage boys. So imagine the stink in that one.
Oh dear.
Pizza and all kinds of other smell. But they'd play video games for hours upon hours, and I would just sit and watch.
Yeah.
But yeah. My once they started adding more buttons, it got too complicated for me.
Yeah, there are a lot.
Like PlayStation was about as far as I went, where it had the 4 buttons and the 2. Even when they added the 2 joysticks, that's when it started to get even crazier.
Well,
it's like so many things.
I blame Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
because they're the ones that had the secret codes that you had to put in order to do all the different punches and stuff.
I remember I used to get a catalog, video game catalog of cheat codes.
Oh man,
for a bunch of different video games. Like, oh, you want to get to this level in Super Mario Brothers 3, you got to hit up, down, over, left, right, A button. Anyways, all right, let's get back to the show here.
Okay.
$1 billion. Futures are lower this morning. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
Hi, this is Pat Moody, and you're listening to The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, good morning. It's a little past 7:30, and looking at today, it's going to be a nice day. Good week, actually. High 50, later tonight down to 33. We're looking at about a high of 55 tomorrow. So got that going for us.
And watch out for motorcycles. I've seen a lot of people on their scooters, on their motorcycles out there because the weather's so nice.
Right.
They were itching to get out there early.
Man, you probably didn't even have to put your motorcycle away for the winter. You probably just store it in the garage and you were gonna have no problem. I feel bad for the people that have like, nope, I put it in storage.
Yeah.
It's ready to go. It's
Winterized
winterized. It's ready to
I
go
tell you,
in the spring.
you take your motorcycle out there right now, it's going to get all kinds of messy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Salt and yuck.
Ugh.
Yuck. We don't want that.
No.
But we do want to know what's happening in the news this morning.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Here's a look at the local news we're covering for you. A 6-month moratorium on short-term rentals has been approved by the South Haven City Council. At their Monday meeting, members heard from several residents on both sides of the issue. Some say short-term rentals enable them to make ends meet by renting out properties that they own. Others say businesses can't attract employees to live in South Haven because year-round housing has gotten too expensive. Council member Joe Reeser says it's a complicated issue. He said the moratorium on the new short-term rental licenses for 6 months will enable the council to come up with a more long-lasting ordinance. Councilmember Mary Hosley said the body needs to work to get this right. In other news, the Berrien County Sheriff's Office reports no one was seriously injured after a suspect crashed his vehicle trying to run from police early Sunday morning. Berrien County Sheriff Chuck Hite confirms the chase started at 5:15 near Holland in Ottawa County when officers attempted to pull over a gray Kia driven by 36-year-old Matthew Mensch of Indiana. The chase continued through Van Buren County on Blue Star Highway and eventually into Berrien County on M63. Hite says the law enforcement used spike strips to try to disable Mensch's vehicle. He went through St. Joseph, Stevensville, Bridgman, and finally ended up around Chickaming, but not after reaching speeds of over 80 miles an hour. Mensch reportedly suffered minor facial abrasions as a result of a crash. Moving through 3 counties at high rates of speed, Hite says his officers worked to keep citizens safe. Mensch was treated for his injuries and is currently at the Berrien County Jail. He's charged with fleeing, eluding police, 3 counts of resisting an officer, damage to police equipment, and operating while under the influence.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
And then finally, the superintendent of the Niles School District, Dr. Daniel Applegate, made the announcement last night that after 9 years in his role, he's stepping down.
Man,
I know he's done great things in that district.
absolutely.
Dr. Applegate expressed gratitude for the teachers, staff, and parents that he's worked with and noted the district is flourishing. He said he informed the school board of his decision in late December, believing it was the right time for someone else to take the helm and lead the Viking family. He will remain in the role until January of next year to help with the transition and the selection of a new superintendent.
Dr. Dan.
Yeah, that's right. Go Vikes. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
That's always going to be an interesting process of hiring the new one. Wonder who's maybe within the district that might apply, but also people outside of the district.
I feel
that
like
might
it's
do it as well.
musical chairs right now with superintendents.
A little bit,
Yeah.
but they're going for those great opportunities and the great school districts around our area. So that's moving talent around. It's not bad.
Nope.
Maybe it's like maybe it's going to be like sports where it'll be like, I'm going to trade you a principal for a teacher to be named at a later date.
Yeah. An algebra teacher.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. We'll catch you up with sports here in just a moment. Also find out what's happening around the state.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Greg Bowman.
All right. Oh, Jocelyn's calling me out here.
What'd you do?
As far as I will say I don't play video games, but she says I do play my phone football game.
Oh, wait a second.
So there's
how is that not a video game?
Because I'm not using a controller. I'm using the screen. I'm using the screen to do the game. Yeah, I mean it's still a video game, but I haven't had a video game console since. I'm trying to think.
This is your video game console now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
If it's a video game.
I think the last thing I had was the PlayStation 2. And I don't think I got an Xbox or anything like that. But yeah, once your phone had the ability to play a bunch of games, what's the point of buying a $400 game console that takes up things? I'm even though I have too much stuff in my house already.
Yeah.
And I'm a borderline hoarder.
Okay.
I'm trying with technology to try and reduce the amount of stuff that I have. Like I said, I don't have the microwave, don't have the blender and stuff like that. But I do play video games on my phone. There used to be a retro football game, which is like a little simple 8-bit. You throw the little football.
What, like Coleco?
Kind of similar to that, or like Joe Montana Sports Talk football from back in the day.
Okay.
But now they have, and it's free. It's a free game. I mean, you can pay money if you want to, but I'm not going to get into that. That's like gambling. But they have Madden 24, great graphics, right on your phone. So I play that most of the time, and sometimes late into the night.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's
so
not
like last
good.
night I was playing.
Okay.
But like towards the weekend, it might be midnight and I'm still playing my video game.
Yeesh.
Yeah. Gonna get my Mountain Dew and Doritos and just sit on my chair and not shower for 4 days.
Oh.
Kidding. I'm not gonna do that.
That's a pleasant.
But yeah, I do love
image.
playing Madden.
Yeah. Well, see,
I like the footballs.
I mean, if you extend that, just like the race car driver did, he played the video games.
He played the video games,
and then he won the Daytona 500.
Right.
You play Madden.
Right.
You could go play football.
Well, I don't think play football. I think I could coach football.
There you go, coach football.
Like, guys, I know all the plays.
Yeah. Do up, down, left, right.
Right, yeah.
And then hit the AX button.
I'll just start throwing out these different play calls and routes and stuff, and they're gonna be like, "What? A button hook? A bootleg? What am I doing here?"
Wow.
But yeah,
the left trigger.
Yeah. Accelerate. Hit the accelerate button.
We make fun, but the military has been working this angle for quite some time.
Oh yeah, all kinds of simulators.
I mean, you think about drone. Well, not even simulators.
Well, the
real
drones,
life.
yeah, you're right. The drones, yeah, you sit in a room in a trailer
Virginia somewhere.
Yeah,
yeah, and then you're
able to fly a drone halfway across the world, which is crazy. You'd think there'd be some sort of latency or lag time with that, but there's not.
Remember
satellites.
Remember who invented the internet? It was the military.
That's true. They were using that back in the 50s or 60s.
60s,
So,
yeah.
You know, there's a second internet.
And that's why we had space invaders.
Right, exactly. Exactly. That's between NASA and the military.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff that we get to use, the cool stuff that we get to use nowadays, a lot of that stuff got tested out or was used for years in military or in NASA.
I still use my cordless drill.
Yeah.
Thank you, NASA.
Thank you, NASA.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
They should have a campaign like that.
Thank you, NASA.
Yeah. I think NASA needs some good PR.
Moon
these days.
landing delayed again. Thank you, NASA.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, NASA. Yeah, the moon landing getting delayed. But yeah, you're right. The cordless drill. There's so many other amazing things that came out of that you're like, wow, that came from space.
Space trash blocking the sun. Thanks, NASA.
Yeah. Space waste management.
Telling you, you got to get out there quick.
Yeah, I'm going to need about $1 billion just for startup.
No, go for $500 million. $500 million can get you up there.
That's what I'll do is I'll buy an electric car if I have the ability to take that car into space. I think that's what Elon Musk would love to do is eventually make it to where that car does everything from water, space, flight, all kinds of stuff.
It could turn into a hotel room.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why can't the Bond car come out? Why can't we have oil slick that comes out of the back of our car or rockets that shoot out of the headlights?
Yeah. Speaking of Elon Musk, did you see he's saying the first patient to receive one of his company's cybernetic implants?
Yeah. How's that going?
Says he's made a full recovery.
Wow. The Neuralink is what it's called, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Social media platform X, Elon Musk said the patient is able to control a computer mouse with his thoughts.
Wow.
Progress is good. And the patient seems to have made a full recovery. No ill effects that we're aware of. Patient is able to move a mouse around the screen by just thinking.
That's weird.
Yeah.
And then was he going to check email while he's doing that? He's like, yeah. I meant to reply to this email.
Checking the sports scores and stuff like that. Hey, wait a sec. We said just move the mouse.
Right. Don't click that. Don't click that. Don't open that email.
Musk said Neuralink was now trying to get as many button clicks as possible from the patient.
Okay. And Elon Musk said that he would put the Neuralink in his brain,
but
once he figures out that
once it
works. Yeah. Once I test it out on this guy over here and it's good, then I'll put it in my brain.
How much money would it take for you to be the first Neuralink test patient? Would you do it for money?
I would do it for money, but I think that this guy had a lot of issues, right? Like he had a lot of medical, like brain issues, right?
Yeah, I don't know, but I know the hope is that they can help people with those kinds of issues.
Yeah, I'd take $100 million.
Yeah, you take it?
Yeah, I'd take it.
All right.
Yeah, easy, 100 million. Yeah, how'd you buy that house? Yeah. Put a chip in my brain.
What if it just puts a blue screen like on the side of your eye?
Like the blue screen of death.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that would not be fun.
Got to reboot.
All right, let's get back to it.
Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
It's the morning show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, good morning. Be part of the show anytime. You can call 925-WSJM. You can email letstalk@WSJM.com. You go to the movies, right?
I do. Sometimes. Fall asleep. It's a nice place to take a nap.
Yeah. Is it, though? Because there's a lot of bacteria in the movie theater.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear
they
it.
clean it. Of course, they clean them. But they, that quick turnover from next showing, it's usually just picking up all the popcorn that your kids threw all over the place.
Yes.
But a new study looked at the top bacteria hotspots in a movie theater and found the average seat has about 1,800 colonies of bacteria.
Colonies.
Oh, that is more than 14 times the average toilet seat.
Oh, seriously?
Mm-hmm. So one
toilet seat is cleaner than the theater seats they were looking at?
Apparently. What do you think is the most disgusting part of the movie theater? Like what in your seat or in the floor, or where do you think the theater has the worst bacteria?
Well, I'm assuming where your food drops.
Close. Yeah, the cup holder.
Oh, it's the cup holder.
The cup holder has an average of 2,400 colonies of bacteria, or 18 times more than the toilet seat.
Why the cup holder? What are people putting in the cup holder?
I don't know. I mean, I guess if you think about that cup, the cup travels the most. Yeah, that creates the moisture.
Yeah.
The cup is sitting over in the concession stand, it's wide open air, picks up this, you touch it. Somebody else may touch that cup and decide, no, I don't want a large, I want a medium.
Well, and bacteria probably need the moisture to thrive.
Right.
And so that makes sense. You're spilling stuff there, but
there is good news.
Okay.
Most of the bacteria they found was pretty harmless. It's good bacteria.
That's what they say.
And not the kind that makes a lot of people sick. And even though those numbers may seem high, your average kitchen sponge actually grosser than that.
Oh,
a lot more bacteria on that thing.
Are the bacteria staying quiet during the movie?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then they're fine. They can stay.
Do you have a specific spot in a theater that you sit?
I try to sit further back.
Yeah.
Because then I can see the whole screen, because I've been, been relegated to the front sometimes, and you got to stare up. But the back and on the end. How about you?
I try to sit in the middle.
Oh.
And this goes back to my aunt years ago. We were going to a movie theater and she said, you got to sit in the 7th row, 7th seat.
Oh.
And I thought,
that's very specific.
That is very specific. And you think about it, the differing sizes of these movie theaters. You got a big room, you got a small room.
Yep.
And really, it actually works most of the time. Like I've sat in some small theaters and 7th row, 7th seat happens to be like the back row, which still is not bad. But 7th row, 7th seat roughly puts you in the middle. You don't have to do that with your neck. You can hear well. You're right about in the middle, so that because the middle, I think, is the best, because then you get the proper sound.
Yes. Interesting.
So, there you go.
Do you usually have to fight people for that seat? You get to the theater, you look 7th row, 7th seat, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
somebody already got it.
The good part is a lot of the theaters now will reserve those spots.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I can say that. But lately we will, if Jocelyn and I, or if a buddy of mine will go, sometimes we'll sit on the ends, which when I'm sitting on the end, it's like, really want that middle spot. But it does have drawbacks, because being in the middle, then you have to say, excuse me, I got to go to the bathroom. Oh, I got to refill my popcorn. Sorry. Got to do all this.
Do you take snacks into the theater?
Like snacks that I brought from home?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you feel guilty about
No,
it?
not at all. If I go to the store and the box looks exactly like the box of candy looks exactly like the same box of candy that I can pay 5 times as much at a movie theater, no, I'll take it. I have friends that work at the movie theater, and I have no problem admitting that.
Okay.
So, and they'll say, "Yeah, bringing the snacks again, huh?
You
just don't get caught.
Duffel bag. Don't get caught.
Yeah, you don't want to get caught.
What would they do if they caught you? What would happen?
They might confiscate it.
Oh, confiscate it?
They might
They're just
confiscate
sitting
it.
in the back eating it after
Right,
they
exactly.
take it from
They're
you.
like, oh man, those Sour
We
Patch
take
Kids.
Yeah, we take snacks.
You only paid $2 for that. You could have paid $8 for it instead. So, what kind of snacks are you bringing in? Are you bringing like soup or
No, sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just brought this
little PB&J,
little foot-long hoagie. Just gonna bring that in there.
Meatball sub.
My arm is straight. I have one arm bigger than the other. It's a problem.
What do you mean? What's wrong with my arm? Yeah.
Is that a hoagie in your jacket?
Licorice. Take licorice in too.
Licorice?
Yeah, because licorice is. I mean, there are a million different types. I know you don't like licorice, but
No, I like licorice. You like the black licorice because you're a weirdo.
there's only one kind of licorice, and it's black. Everything else is just a natural.
Then why do
flavoring.
they call it black licorice and not just licorice?
Because if you ask for licorice, some yahoo who has red licorice, red stuff red vines or whatever is gonna give you.
Ken's just sitting there on the side eating his kimchi. Oh,
and my licorice.
I bought this kimchi in the concession stand. You didn't see it there?
Yum.
All right. Well, we got a lot of other things
So
to get
good.
to here this morning. We'll catch you up with your Moody on the Market update. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Everybody loves a bargain. Say it. You love a bargain. I love a bargain. He.
You like kimchi?
I love kimchi.
Yeah, it's good.
Actually, we just made some stuff the other day.
Did you? Spicy?
It was good. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a fan of the spicy. So but I like that kind of spicy.
Yeah.
There's different levels and types of spicy. I don't like the burn your face off, just straight heat.
Yeah.
But if it's got some flavor to it, and it's like almost smoky but sweet and a little bit of heat, yeah, that's some good stuff. Like the Korean spices. I like some of that Korean
that
and
can get hot.
Asian
Yeah.
spice. Yeah, the Szechuan stuff that can get hot.
Yeah.
But it still has some flavor than, the ghost pepper hot sauce that just as soon as you touch it, your mouth is in flames. I do not like that.
Yeah, the burn your head stuff is
Yeah.
not good.
No good. All right. Moody on the Market update coming up here in about a minute and a half.
Okay.
Other people, do you bring in they're watching our live stream. Do you bring in snacks to a movie theater? And did you realize that the movie theater was that disgusting? Not disgusting, just full of bacteria.
So the 5-second rule does not apply to the cup holder.
Definitely not 5
Okay.
second rule in the cup holder. No.
Wow.
If
Can
it
you
goes in
imagine?
the cup holder, it's gone.
Can you imagine the scientists or whoever was the technicians who were doing the sampling?
Mm-hmm.
Were they just waiting at a theater? It's like, okay, nobody's looking. We're gonna go and get some samples.
Right. Let's close down this theater for that showing. Well, and you think about it too, is not only do they have that quick turnover of swapping out the getting the theater ready for the next showing, but you also think about it, controlled environment, cool. They run in the air conditioner on a regular basis. It's dark.
It's dark.
So perfect bacteria growing environment there.
Oh, I'm sensing a new business opportunity here.
Like
mushrooms.
There you go.
We'll adjust the air conditioning to go up a few degrees.
Okay.
Make it nice and warm in there. Get some condensation going on the screen.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That'd be fun.
All right, let's get back to it.
As if the theaters didn't have enough financial challenges.
Yeah, we're gonna close down theater 12 and 14. We're gonna grow mushrooms in there, guys.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to it.
.com.
It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
When you want to know Southwest Michigan's business, we got you covered. MoodyOnTheMarket.com and the Moody on the Market app. Our team of contributors always on it. We also have the Moody on the Move series and the Moody on the Market Awards program. Moody's got his name all over everything. So you can spend some time over there at MoodyOnTheMarket.com. Your update brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
And talking about local business, which is also a global business, Whirlpool Corporation shareholders are receiving $1.75 per share dividend.
Nice.
That's coming out on March 15th. The dividend is consistent with Whirlpool quarterly dividends since 2022. The stock's been trading a little bit lower recently after a couple of sharp drop-offs after earnings announcements. It closed at just 108 last Friday. Stock market was closed yesterday for President's Day. The Whirlpool Corporation Board of Directors also making news. They appointed Richard J. Kramer, former chairman and chief executive officer and president of Goodyear, the tire and rubber company, to their board effective February 19th of this year.
Wow, he's going to serve on
that was yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
So they were still busy on President's Day.
Yeah, they're still working.
Yeah. So Kramer will serve on the corporate governance and nominating committee and the human resources committee. And as a former CEO with tangible experience driving corporate strategy, we believe that Rich Kramer is an excellent addition to our board. That's what Mark Bitzer, chairman and CEO of Whirlpool Corporation, says. His significant experience in accounting, finance, and capital structure, as well as mergers and acquisitions, make him an invaluable resource for Whirlpool Corporation.
Yeah, Kramer was tapped to lead the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company in 2010 and held the role until his retirement in January of 24. Kramer had been with Goodyear since 2000, where he held various positions, including Chief Operating Officer and President, North American Tire. Previously, Kramer was with Price Waterhouse Coopers, LLP, where he was a partner. So if he worked for Goodyear, do you think they took him up in the blimp?
I wonder.
The airship?
That's a good question.
If you're CEO, I think they take you up there. You have a party up there.
That's a great question, because my first thing was, does he probably has fresh set of tires on his car on a regular basis. So
you think they're checking the parking lot, looking out? Oh yeah.
Well,
Goodyear tires.
You should ask him should I use a quarter or a penny?
Oh, on the tread
to check my tread. What do you think? But I like the Goodyear blimp idea. That I wonder if I'm sure he had a chance to go up there.
Absolutely. That story, you can read all the details about the dividend and their new member of the board at MoodyOnTheMarket.com.
And your update brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
We're watching over you.
Yeah, good question on the blimp thing. Yeah, didn't even think about it.
I mean, if you got the airship and it's got your name on it, you might as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, you gotta at least ask that question when you get that gig. Like, okay, so can I go in the blimp now? Can I check out one of the games?
Mm-hmm.
That would be a cool view.
Yeah.
That is a bucket list thing. I'd love to get in the Goodyear blimp.
Go up on the airship.
Yeah, just to see that view, because it's the only way you're going to see that view.
Yeah.
Especially during a game.
Mm-hmm.
Can't fly your drone. We learned that. Jocelyn says she does not bring in snacks. She is a square. I will sneak in a snack.
Whoa.
She will not.
Whoa. Yeah. So you don't. Yeah. So you're the mule.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Bringing stuff in.
I will bring stuff in.
Will you share then? Do you share? Okay.
Her tastes though are different than mine. As far as I like the really sour candies.
Oh yeah. I like the Mike and Ike's
because Mike and Ike's are good.
They have the licorice, black licorice inside, the little candy coating. Oh, you know what we had last night? Someone brought us some vegan candies, and among the stash that was dropped off were these. I think they were Lints.
Lint? You had Lint? No.
Yeah, Lint. They
like
were
chocolates.
The Lints chocolates, and it was Neapolitan flavored.
Oh,
yeah,
dang!
And it was so good.
Man.
So if you have a chance out there and you spot one of those and you're a fan of the Neapolitan ice cream, pick
Next
it up.
time, share with the class.
Lindt. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't. It wasn't me.
No,
Somebody brought it.
you're
for
right.
me.
You're
Yeah.
right. You can't be like, hey, can I bring it?
Can I have a couple more?
Hey, you want to try these? Yeah. Could I bring them for a friend? I got somebody at work that would really like them.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye out for them because they were good.
It was Lindt?
Yeah.
Like the chocolate. Yeah. The chocolate. They
apostrophe
make
S,
like the truffles and the
Yeah.
little delicious chocolate.
Yeah. If it wasn't, I'm going to be corrected here shortly, but
yeah, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure it was Lindt.
Well,
Stephanie said the Lindts were from her.
Oh, okay. So,
all right. Sorry about that.
So you can share with the class if you still have
if I
more.
can find the stash.
All right.
Sometimes they get hidden.
Does she hide the candy? Does she hide the stuff?
She'll say no.
Yeah.
But
do you hide yours?
Oh no.
Any of your snacks?
No,
you don't
absolutely
have a secret stash?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Not one that I'll tell you about.
Not that I will say right here on the air. You can tell me afterwards. All right, everybody, we got to wrap things up here, but you have a great day, and we'll talk to you again here tomorrow. Enjoy today. It's going to be like 50, so get out and do something.
Clean the garage.
There you go. All right, bye now.
See ya.